As some of you may have known, I am making a video game, and if you haven't joined the Discord, there is a link into the pinned comment. I don't know for how long it will stay there because Discord does not allow permanent links anymore. But if you're interested, yeah, click on it, and remember, on the Discord server, we do not talk politics, we only talk about the game. However, here's an interesting aspect. When I started making the game, I was complaining that one of the most expensive things is the art. So a really good piece of art can cost anywhere from $200 to $300. And in order to make a video game, you need a lot of art. You need maybe like 30 or 40 pictures, and they all have to be with commercial release, meaning that the artist will probably charge even more. Now, at this point, I had a lot of intellectuals that came to me and said, oh, well, why don't you use AI art? Because it's cheap, it's fast, you get it right away. And, you know, like some people just use this, I guess, like to say something. You know, it's like when you have a conversation and you must say something just for the sake of saying it. But there were a couple of twats which actually got angry when I told them that I don't want to use it. Like, they got insulted that I'm not taking their genius advice into consideration. They started insulting me, calling me that I'm stupid for using artists. Some of them even used slurs against the artist, called them gay, but like more slurishly, you know. Like, artists are like that. And I'm like, okay, so that's very disrespectful. I do not wish to partake in this conversation with you because you're a twat. With one person I couldn't do that because they play Street Fighter with me and they're really good, hard to replace. But all the other people I have muted and blocked because it annoyed me. I assume they're trying to apologize now. I assume that they're really trying to get back into my DMs to say how sorry they are, because Steam is now banning any video game which has AI art. This is due to the fact that I knew about this. It's one of the reasons that I took the decision into consideration. And that is the fact of ownership. Like, you do not own the stuff you make. Most of the available AI image generators do not even allow you to use their stuff for commercial release. But the ones that do not give you ownership rights over the stuff you create. First of all, it's in limbo, so most people do not even know if something that the AI generates actually belongs to you. But secondly, even if it would belong to a person, it probably belongs to the company that made the AI, and definitely not to the individual. The only way you can get around this right now is if you're a AAA company and you train your own AI, and you commission your own artists to do art, and you use that art with their approval to train an AI. Well, yeah, okay, now those people could potentially genuinely own the product, because there is an issue with copyright that it has to be made by a human. So, for example, there was this huge scandal with a very famous picture that it was the selfie of a monkey. So the monkey found the camera, took the picture, and the judges ruled that that picture does not belong to the photographer who owned the camera, because the picture was taken by a monkey, which is not a human. They do not have rights, and as such, they cannot hold IP rights. With the AI, it may be different. We don't know. The judges haven't ruled yet, because technically it is a program. It is a computer program that humans have created, and then the program generates the art, right? So, like, it's kind of like rendering, I suppose. It's kind of like photoshopping, you know, that uses its technology in order to modify the picture. I don't know, right? No one knows. Only a judge, when they're going to rule on this, are going to know. And probably, you know, lawmakers can also create legislation which would allow for AI art to be owned by the person who owns the AI or who makes the tags. But up until then, it's up in arms. So if it's up in arms, it means that Steam doesn't want to take the risk. So they decided to ban a lot of AI games. Now, the problem with this is that the onus is on the person to prove that they actually have done the correct art and they did not use AI. And I have seen some AI art which is obviously AI because it's got like more fingers, or because it's got certain artifacts or perspective issues. But then there's also AI art which doesn't look AI at all. However, there are like a little bit of a gray area here and there, and the onus is going to be on the person who drew the thing to prove that it belongs to them. I don't know how you can do that, to be honest. I guess like maybe if you show a sketch, but even if you show a sketch, I mean there are AIs that can sketch as well. I assume like the best thing to do is to actually hold all the sketches from within the production thing. Another way you could prove it is if you have a recording of yourself actually drawing it. But if you're a video gaming company and you're commissioning artists, like you're not going to have 400 recordings for every single asset that you have. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be a little bit troublesome for a lot of indie devs who may be, brigaded or under the scrutiny of the community, and they will say, okay, well, this piece is AI. And then Steam will go like, okay, well, you need to prove that it's not. Well, good luck doing that, right? Especially if it's a really good picture and it looks similar to what an AI would have done, but it's actually drawn by a human. I have seen artists being accused of drawing AI when they actually didn't. So yeah, like this is going to make life difficult for certain people. I do not know if ChatGPT also falls under this, or like if you have parts of your dialogue in a video game written by ChatGPT, this would be very difficult to prove, and also very difficult to prove that it's not. Luckily, I myself stood away from that as well, because I saw this coming. I literally saw this coming, and while it's hard to prove that, some dialogue is used by ChatGPT in the future, maybe there will be programs that will detect that. So I stood away from anything that is AI related, and believe it or not, there's a lot of people that literally hate AI and they will refuse to collaborate with any project that uses AI, which is another thing that I took into consideration. But there are also individuals who think that they are smart, that they are giving you sage advice and sage wisdom, and get really upset when you say no to them. And they're also very aggressive. And in this case, I actually had people attacking me for not using AI. And by attacking me, I mean like it went all the way to curse words. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's my game. I use whatever I want. You're not even a backer. Shut the fuck up. Oh, but you're such a moron. You're a moron. Why don't you use it? You need to use it. What the fuck? Like, do you own stocks in the company or something? Shut up. But yeah, no, so I'm really happy with my decision. Especially that I do believe artists who are good should be encouraged. They should be paid. It is a tax write-off as well. So, like, it is what it is. But also, the fact that the AI can't draw up to every single specific detail, like even with all the training now, it's kind of like when 3D graphics first appeared, they looked really bad compared to what we have now. So, yeah, in time, I'm pretty sure that the legislation regarding this will be fixed. A lot of people say, oh, so if it's a good game developer and he doesn't have money for artists or he doesn't know how to draw, he shouldn't make a game. It's like, well, that was the situation up until now, and I don't think it's going to change, because I guarantee to you the legislation is probably going to be the company trading the AI is going to own the rights. Very unlikely that the company will pass along the rights to the person that uses the tags, although we may see that happening. And even then, you'd also have the requirement for a legislation to pass saying that, yes, like AI-generated work can be under intellectual property. But even then, it's going to be really a conundrum, because, like, what if my generated work looks very similar to someone else's who generated it before me? I didn't know about it, and now I can get a DMCA or a cease and desist. Right, so that's more unlikely to happen with a human, but with a machine that's trained on pattern recognition, it's a lot more likely. So no, there's a lot of hurdles and a lot of problems with using AI. So far, from what I saw with VTubers, a lot of them use it for backgrounds, and it does work for them, but yeah, you're opening yourself up for litigation, basically. Let me know what you guys think, though, and again, if you want to join the Discord and talk with us a little bit more, there's a link into the pinned comment. If the link isn't there, then it means it has expired, so I removed it. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.